Good morning, Alpine Church. Pardon the interruption in our worship services, but Tracy and I wanted to give you a quick little update about our giving. We want to share some cool stories about what God is doing and what He has done. But first of all, I wanted to say thank you to all of you who responded to last week's message, last week's video about becoming a regular giver and giving toward the Syracuse Building Fund and giving toward our general budget shortfall. So thank you. At the end of this video, I'll give you some instructions on how you can do that for those of you who still have yet to. But Tracy wanted to share just kind of a fun story that some of you maybe haven't heard about concerning our Riverdale campus.
So the year was 2007. We were in a rented facility, the Terrace Plaza Playhouse. We were making things work as a church, and a plot of land became available. And as a small church, we had to go to our attenders and say, would you be willing to make a pledge for so much money a month towards a purchase of land? And people did that. And the bank was willing to say, okay, we'll go forward with a loan with these pledge cards that you have collected from your members. And then the day of the closing, we were about $3,000 short. And Brian thought, you know what? Maybe God's going to do something cool here. And he's like, I'm going to go check the mailbox at the office one more time just to see if maybe something could be in there. And sure enough, a check from some friends that lived out of state was in the mail in the amount of $3,000, what we needed to bring to closing. So if you ever wonder if God is faithful or God is in the inner workings of what's happening at Alpine Church, the faithfulness of God that day for us was unbelievable.
Riverdale was our first location, and the video you're looking at now is video taken just earlier this week from our Syracuse location. So Riverdale was number 1, Syracuse is number 6. And here's what we've learned throughout all these years here at Alpine Church, and we've written it down so we don't forget it right here at Syracuse. Jesus is faithful. This week, we finally got our building permit in Syracuse, and that's why so much work is getting done there. In fact, we plan to have a grand opening of our Syracuse campus by our anniversary, which is the first week of September in 2024. So we're so excited about that. And Tracy, one more thing I wanted you to share about, for us, when we were a young couple, even before the Riverdale building was built, how did we learn to give? Because I know there are a lot of couples that are thinking probably the same thing.
Yeah, when we were young married, we weren't super intentional about giving. It was just kind of something we would do from time to time. But we had to make a decision and to make that a habit that every month we chose to give to God's kingdom.
So for us, years ago, we made it part of our budget. And then over time, we gave more and more and more to Alpine Church and to other ministries as well. So some of you who are watching, maybe you're a young couple, maybe you're just new to Alpine Church, or maybe you've been coming for a long time, but you've never really given. One of the simplest ways that you can give is to become a recurring giver, and you can do it right there online. Go to alpinechurch.org/give, or this morning, before you leave, visit the welcome table and they can help you get that set up. So Alpine, thank you so much for your faithfulness. We've got one more update next week, and I'm going to be here with you to talk to you about this quick little question. Is tithing biblical? I'm going to give you a biblical answer to that. It might surprise you. So make sure to join us next week.